As a young man, he was summoned to the wars. Spent his best years with blood on his hands.
Hey guys, it's HomoMoto. How you doing? Just out enjoying the day. I used to live off this road. I'm going to take y'all and show you my old house. Hopefully it's still there. I haven't been here in years, but if it's still there, you'll get to see it. I'll find out here shortly. I used to love living here. When I lived here, I was with the Town Creek Fire Rescue. Also, prior to that, I worked for the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office. This was one of the areas I used to patrol a lot. I miss living out here. There was always some family drama going though, and I do mean always. It's just crazy. I love these views. That's one thing I do miss about living out here is just the scenery is so beautiful. A lot of hills and trees and stuff. We have a lot of the stuff in Limestone County, but as a whole, Limestone County is really flat compared to out here. Orange County has all these rolling hills and stuff. It's just beautiful. Man, it's beautiful. Wish I could remember where her house was. A real good friend of mine used to live out here. Her name was Christy. She and her husband, it's right here. Not the big two-story right there, but the next house out with the golf cart and stuff, those Jeeps. She used to live there. I remember we ended up dating the same guy for a little while. I think I dated him first, then she dated him, and then, yeah, that's what it was. It's pretty interesting. He was a real lowlife. I tried to tell her. I tried to tell her. She didn't want to hear it. She had to find out for herself. Just glad she didn't get pregnant by that idiot. He actually ended up going to prison and dying in prison. The guy had some serious emotional problems. The guy she's married to now, if they're still married, I hadn't talked to them in a long time. They used to have a tattoo shop in Decatur called Ink City. I don't know who owns it now, but I know it's not Christy and Matt because I think they moved off to Florida. Last I heard, they moved to Florida. I think they're still there. I don't know. I'm not going to Florida for a tattoo. The first one I got came from them, and he was using some newer inks at the time, and they were like plastic based. Man, every time I get hot, my leg will swell up where that tattoo is, and you can actually see the shape. You can feel the shape of the tattoo just from the swelling. Now guys, this is the road I used to live on here years ago. Do not know if this house is still here. I lived here with my mom and her husband at the time. He passed away 4 or 5 years before Mom died. He was an odd bird. I liked the guy, but he was definitely odd. He had more money than he did sense. When you see this house, if it still looks like it did when we lived there, you'll see how cheap he was to be rich. Then the time he and Mom were together, right before he passed away, well, not really right before he passed away, about the time he and Mom split up, he was broke. And then I guess a year or two after they were separated, he ended up getting a couple mil back in the bank, and then he passed away. The house was creepy as heck. It was laid out weird too. It had a huge den with 2 bedrooms off of it, and then the living room had 2 bedrooms off of that, and the bathrooms were in weird places too. Let's see here. Oh man, I forgot about these chicken houses. I probably wouldn't have came down here and shot this. Oh man, that's nasty. It's making me sick. This guy right here in this big 2-story house, yep, same as usual. He had 2 Great Pyrenees that came down to my house and attacked my chow, tried to kill it. We ended up having to put that dog down. This was his daughter's house. Her name was Kim. I hadn't talked to her in years. I don't know if she still lives there or what. Alright guys, this is the house. This house does not look very big, but it's huge. I'm being chased by a hound dog. Oh, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. I probably shouldn't take this road all the way back, because when I used to live here, there was some big hornet's nests that were hanging in trees, and they kept building out here for some reason. Don't know why. I miss living there. That house looks really crappy on the outside, but it was really, really, really nice on the inside. You wouldn't think by looking at the outside that it would be worth breaking into to steal stuff, but back then, man, that guy was loaded. He owned his own gaming systems. We did computer bingo, like touchscreen bingo, in the gambling industry, and I worked for him for a little while. Made pretty good money. I didn't like traveling though, and it seemed like all the time I was on a plane going to California or Texas or Oklahoma or whatever, and I like to fly, but not commercially, so it just got to where it wasn't for me, and I quit. I didn't work for him for maybe 6 months. When I first moved to Memphis, when I very first moved to Memphis, I worked for him before I went to work in security and then the Memphis Housing Authority. I don't think I talked about that during my gay cop video. That was probably memories I didn't want to bring up, I don't know. I forgot how bad these roads are. If you're on a motorcycle, these roads suck big time. Hope I can remember where this road comes out at. It's been forever. That big house here on the left that I'm fixing to come up on, 2-story with a green roof, that's new. That used to be a little rundown farmhouse. Looks like they tore it down and built that new house. One of my best friends, Yogi, lives not too far from where I'm at right now. He's actually about to buy another house and move a little bit further into Lawrence County, because right now we're pretty much on the border of Lawrence and Colbert County. Hope I don't go down on this road, man. There's loose stuff everywhere, like right there, right here, gravel everywhere. All these little gravel driveways, they don't maintain them, so the gravel ends up on the road. And you're on a bike, gravel is your worst enemy. Just a couple times I almost went down with on gravel. I was able to recover it. I don't have that happen today. Well guys, this was just a little short one. I just wanted to show you where I lived at one time, many moons ago. I'll catch you on the next one. I love y'all, and roll tide.
I was a storm, and I passed right over you. And I tried to eclipse the sun in the hopes you love the tumble and spray in your face, and the sky broken by light.